Welcome back to Special Stage and our live coverage of the Malcolm Wilson Rally. It's round 1 of the 2023 MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Series. And we have some leaderboards to update you with as we just wait for that first car into the stage. You're going to have another treat. We're going to see that Rally 1 Puma, the Works rally car, out in front. Greek driver Jordan Sideridis, and then we're going to have Adrian Formo behind him. So we are sharing the billing in the BTRDA at this first round of the season with the British Rally Championship, and a couple of star drivers joining what is a pretty decent cast out here in the stages for what has been so far a really, really good show. Thanks to the efforts of the organisers after a difficult week here in the UK, and particularly in this part of the UK where we didn't think we were going to get a rally on at all due to heavy snowfall. As you can see, the snow has all but gone. There's a little bit offline under the trees. It's still a little bit icy in places, but the confidence should be back for those drivers who this morning struggled a little bit with the stages being pretty much sheet ice. We are in the 4th stage of the day. It's the second running of the Greystoke stage. The order had to be changed. You probably had to be living under a rock not to know that we had some changes to this rally late last night, but in case you were, we lost 3 of the stages, and Withup, Hopcarton and Coombe, and here we are with 3 stages in Greystoke, 2 in Grysdale, which are now done. So there are 15 miles, competitive miles, of this rally left. This stage, and then a second or a third stage to end the rally back here in Greystoke. The cars will take a short service break before coming back and lining up to start the stage again. So at the moment in the MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Series, Elliot Payne leads the way. He has a 39-second lead over Matthew Hurst, Aaron Newby, Ian Bainbridge, Russ Thompson, Ian Joel behind them, just ever so sideways, getting to grips on these stages. That is Adrian Formo in that Rally 2 Works Fiesta. M Sport fielding not only that, but also the Rally 1 hybrid Puma World Rally car. And that'll be the only time that most of us, unless we go to a foreign WRC round at the moment, get to see one of those cars in action. Of course, no Wales Rally GB. So thank you to M Sport, to Malcolm and his team for fielding that car. Rich Milner, actually the head of M Sport, is having a busman's holiday. He's out in, sorry, the team manager of Sport World Rally team is out in the Seacon UK Tony Simpson Fiesta R2 with Claire Williams along the side. So it's a real day out for the M Sport crew here in Cumbria. That sound that you can hear is actually Keith Cronin in his Polo R5. Michael Galvin alongside. You can see now, compared to the first stage of the day earlier when there was barely any gravel being flicked up by the cars, just how loose that surface is now. There's plenty of grip out there. Didn't take long, pretty much the end of that first stage, and you were seeing a lot of that surface come to life. Just waiting for that Rally 1 Puma. The car's running in consecutive seated order due to the changes in the event. Normally two-wheel drive would go first, of course, in reverse seated order, and then we get the main field through. But it was deemed by the organisers, in part at least, that the four-wheel drive cars, particularly the Rally 2 cars, would make a better job of sweeping that ice away and getting the surface ready to go rallying on for real, as we can see right now. So they opted to put the quicker cars through the stage first. You can see James Williams, lovely line, not taking very long at all to get to grips with that Fiesta Rally 2 with Di Roberts alongside. James bitterly disappointed with the way the day has gone so far and just trying to make the best of it, but he was saying on his Facebook page that it was all about the championship, so a 4th position in the BRC standings at this first round was still possible. So this coverage, we will be focusing on the BTRDA, the MRF Tyres BTRDA Championship narrative, but we will bring you all of the crews on the entry yet again during this day, so you'll get everybody through And then we're going to do the final stage as well, but we've got to hot-foot it to the finish, so we will get as many of the crews in as we can in the final stage following this. Should be stage 5. Elliot Payne in the Mango Go Fiesta Rally 2, really kicking the back end out and just managing to hook that car back into some kind of line to get it up the hill here and thrown into that 90 right. Elliot on a charge now. Let's have a look. I keep promising you we'll have a look at the leaderboards, don't I? So let's do that. Elliot Payne leads, as I say, nearly a 40-second lead after 3 stages so far. The 2 in Greystoke just done. Is there Matthew Hurst, Aaron Newby? If you go to btrd8rallyresults.co.uk, you can watch the results come through live. Ben Friend currently leads our Silver Star drivers. 26 seconds ahead of Silver Star champion Rob Wright, as you see Jordan Serdaridis, Gregoire Munster in that Rally 1 Puma. Look at that thing. Listen to it. The green light on the back window, that car showing that the hybrid system is well and truly alive. Listen to that car on the overlay. Sounds absolutely incredible. A taste of the WRC here in the Lake District this weekend for the opening round of the MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Championship. That is a sight to behold. Not been the most easy of mornings. Jordan was saying to our Rally TV crew last night at Scrutineering with a wry smile on his face, it's the perfect test for Mexico. But he's down in 8th place on the overall leaderboard at the moment. Perhaps not where you would initially expect to see a Rally 1 car line up against the others. Here's a man who we expect to feature in the MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Championship story this year. Callum Black, Jack Morton alongside for this year's campaign in that black Rally 2 Fiesta. He did the recce here yesterday with the BRC crews, meaning he can't, unlike Elliot, who will score points, or hopefully score points, certainly eligible to, for both series. Callum can only score points in the BRC because of that recce, so let's see if that decision was the right one or not. Certainly Elliot and Stephen Petch as well, actually, both opting not to do the recce, and Petch unfortunately put that car into a ditch in the icy first stage of the day under the trees just before our cameras on the live coverage this morning at around 9:30. You can still watch that back if you do want to watch that first stage through, and just have a look at if you do at the difference in the stage surface. You can see just how loose and muddy almost the gravel surface is now. This morning it was packed ice where you could see vehicle tracks. They were packed solid. It was almost certainly difficult. It was almost painful to walk on in places. The stage was sharp. So the crew's doing a great job. You know, very little attrition given the quite extreme conditions here to start the day. And again, just fantastic job done by the organisers to get any kind of a rally out of the conditions and out of the circumstances that faced them yesterday. It would have been so much easier just to cancel this rally and move on to the next round. But you know what? They put a shift in, and the communications that went out were clear. They waited until they knew exactly what was happening. It wasn't that we got a drip feed of different bits and pieces. There were lots of rumours, but the organisers put their information out when they were confident they'd put something together that worked. And although you can never please everyone in those circumstances, I think we'll look back and the majority of people look very favourable on what the organisers of the Malcolm Wilson Rally have done in 2023, because they have made the absolute best of a very, very difficult situation. So congratulations to them, a job well done, and so far a good spectacle out here on the stages as well. This is stage 4. We have one more to go after this. Approximately 40 competitive stage miles in total with the rearranged stage schedule today. B13, Gus Thompson heads Ian Joel. Mitsubishi Evo 9, Ford Escort Cosworth, and Daniel Moss is third at the moment. A little way back from those two in the Evo 10 Mitsubishi. The Bronze Star, Nigel Jenkins, is out ahead of Lewis Hooper in the Rally First Micra. Chris Farrell in the Proton Satria, third place at the moment in the Bronze Star category. Eamon Kelly and Conor Mohan in the BRC Volkswagen Polo R5. We seem to have dropped the Hyundais for the BRC this season. I understand there were a couple on the entry that have pulled the entry due to circumstances yesterday. James switching from a Hyundai to a Ford Fiesta Rally 2, definitely the car to have. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I'll be at Donington Park tomorrow for the Duke of Reeves Rally. You can guarantee there will be a ton of Fiesta Rally 2s doing the business there, as there is on any rally, tarmac, gravel, broken, wherever you go now. When the Duke of Reeves was a round of the BTRDA Rally Series, it's a very different rally now, as you see our second place man in the gold star. This is Matthew Hurst. Declan Deer, they finished 6th overall. An impressive first showing in the Fiesta R5 last season for the pair on the Malcolm Wilson. And they will be in the hunt for the title this season. It's not even an opinion, that is just fact, because these two are fast and they got to grips with that car so well. And if you ask me, they prioritised all the right things last year, because Dec got married to my lovely co-presenter Gemma, and they had to miss a round, and therefore the points that went with that for the wedding. But as I say, prioritising the right things. Right now they're back on the stages, and this is the first round, and they're going well so far. Elliot is in a bit of a league of his own, but you could say it's a bit like you're following your man in front on you, and he's on the heels of the BRC because he's watching that leaderboard as well, so that's just helping push him on a little bit. Not forgetting, of course, that he's in the Rally 2 Fiesta as well, compared to the older Fiesta R5 of Hurst and Deer. So Matthew Hurst, Declan Deer in the hunt for the 2023 title already at this early stage. As you see, Rory Young and Alan Cathers through in their Fiesta Rally 2. I first saw that car parked in the service area at the Jim Clark last year, and I thought they'd given up doing the wrap halfway through. You get close up and you realise it's part of the design. So a very big thank you to the marshals and all of the volunteers, the rescue crews, the officials, everybody out here working hard and giving up their weekend so that we get to go rallying and bring you this action live from the stages. And I've got to say, I mean, I haven't met a dodgy marshal for years, but the marshals here have been particularly brilliant. Knew what was going on, very bought into the changes, and all part of the experience out here on the stages, as you see Hugh Brunson and Drew Sturrock. Rally 2 Evo, the more modern of the Skoda Fabia rally car incarnations. Just a reminder, by the way, if you were planning on coming out to spectate today, Greystoke is very strictly non-spectator. The organisers are manning the entrances and they are asking, please, that you comply with this. It's very important that the landowner knows that we followed those rules and complied with what they'd asked. We're bringing you live coverage from the comfort of your home. And if you did have tickets to a car park to watch on one of the stages that was cancelled today, don't you worry, the organisers will refund you after the rally. Nothing to worry about there, just sit back and enjoy the show. Just tuning in, welcome to special stage live coverage of the MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Championship, the opening round of the series. As you see, our 2021 champion Gary Pearson, Hannah McKillop alongside in the Skoda Fabia, make his way through stage 4, the penultimate stage of this rearranged schedule of stages for the Malcolm Wilson. The opening round of the series, sharing the billing here with the British Rally Championship, and we also have a couple of star drivers, Adrian Formeau in the Rally 2 Works car and Jordan Serdaridis, the Greek driver, in the Puma Rally 1, doing a bit of an unusual test for Rally Mexico. here in the Cumbrian forests. We're in Greystoke, the second running of this stage. 7.5 miles this stage. One more of those to go after a short service for our crews. In fact, if you want to head to the BTRDA rally website or the Malcolm Wilson rally website, you'll be able to follow the cars on the live tracker, which is sometimes interesting to do. Thank you to Jamie McTavish, extended member of our crew, who is at home letting us know when the cars are in the stage. You can also follow the live results at btrda-rallyresults.co.uk. As we bring you this live coverage, I will just try and... I have to say, it's actually a bit warmer this time, a little bit more wind, but I feel my fingers a bit more, so I'll try and get some of your comments. Alan Dabassi, Max Freeman there in their BRC. Yes, a Rally 2, Ben Gilbert. The Rally 1 Puma sounds incredible. It really does, doesn't it? It's on the overrun. It's that bark and that snarl of it. Absolutely fantastic. Hello to Cole Hastings. Colin Jackie. Stephen Shaw, Dan Halpin. Great to have you with us. Michael Staunton. Jose Rakoto. Luke Harvey, you got the leather gloves on, Paul? No, do you know what? I nearly brought the leather gloves. I saw that clip that Dan Welford put up. Dave Welford put up on the rally page. You can see 2016 BTRDA Gold Star champion Charlie Payne, Elliot's old man, Carl Williamson, superstar co-driver alongside, finished 15th overall, 9th B14 last year, and he was the first of the Mango Go Fiestas home. In fact, the only one of the Mango Go Fiestas home last year. Not that they were Mango Go at that stage, because Elliot, his son, had a big off near where we were filming live and damaged that brand new car of his. Bit of M Sport tax on top of his entry for the event, which is 725 quid, by the way. Someone asked earlier on the live coverage on the comments, how much does it cost to enter? Not money well spent for Stephen Petch, as it turns out today, unfortunately for him. Never like to see a former champion go out when they really should be out here creating the narrative with us, but mark my words, Stephen Petch will be another one in the hunt in the MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Championship this year. He's Michael Wilkinson, a popular crew, and always spectacular to watch. It's unusual to see them make a mistake, in fact. Ian Bainbridge, Will Atkins there, second overall and second B14 in Fabia last year, switching to the Fiesta, and so far third place is all they can manage. But given that Elliot Payne retired last year, in real money, that puts them roughly on par where they were in 2022. The pace is fast here. The BRC boys out there helping to just give a bit of a benchmark for our MRF BTRDA Championship crews. And as you can see from Elliot and some of the other front runners, it's a benchmark they're only too pleased to step up and reach. No, Luke Harvey, I haven't got my leather gloves on. That photo or that video from 10 years ago when we were at this event wearing the leather gloves, I almost brought them out to play. I knew you'd like that, I did. Aaron Newby there with Jamie Edwards, a popular addition to our championship for this year in the Skoda Fabia R5. 7th overall, 5th B14 last season at this event. And it would be great to see Aaron put in a full campaign this season. At the moment, showing his pace and showing the promise that we could have to come if he does join us for the full championship with third overall. Correct what I said earlier, Ian Bainbridge is currently 4th, isn't he? Elliot Payne, Matthew Hurst, Aaron Newby, Ian Bainbridge in that order, then Thompson from the first of the B13 cars in that Evo. We know he's quick. He's leading B13, but he's got Ian Joel behind him, a little way behind though. 41 seconds, the gap there. A bit untidy, just attempting to rearrange the shrubbery. Alistair Ginley, Craig Thorley. Last time it was in 2019. They didn't finish. Rally 2 Fiesta is serving them well so far today. It's been a difficult morning for many of our crews. I think Ginley was perhaps somebody who had a puncture earlier on. I saw some times drop away, and that was one of the suggestions. I never had it confirmed. Had a fair few punctures. Paul Morris, hello to you. Andy Murphy. told you we had a good bit of stage lined up for the penultimate stage of today. Talking of Russ Thompson, here he comes. Stephen Link alongside. He was third B13 on last year's event. This season, he's starting off exactly the way he would want to start off. He's topping those timesheets in B13 and he's right up there inside the top 10 as well. 5th overall as things stand. Now to Neil Commons, Andrew Wilkinson. Great to have so many of you joining us on your Saturday afternoon. Let us know what you do and where you're watching from. And if, I know there are quite a few events on this weekend. Not all of them affected quite as dramatically as this one had been by the Met Office events of the last 48 hours. Hope your event runs wherever you are. And, have fun and stay safe at the same time. We're at Donington tomorrow for the Dukeries. May well see you there. Fred Booth, he normally marshals on this rally, he hasn't been too well. Well, rest assured, Fred, that your fellow marshals are doing an utterly fantastic job out here, and they're doing you proud. Sorry to hear you're not being well, but I know, Dan Welford, I know I got that wrong, didn't I, Dave? But Fred, get well soon, and we'll see you back out here on the stages. Andy Murphy loving that sideways from Russ Thompson and Stephen Link. Daniel Sigurðsson in the Mitsubishi Evo 9 there. Yeah, Andy Murphy, you must feel like you should be in that co-driver's seat alongside Russ. Prioritising family as we all do at the moment, but I hope you're well. I've lost some brownie points with Dave Welford there, I can tell. I had someone else in my head when I was saying your name. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the special stage. This is our live coverage of the 2023 Malcolm Wilson Rally. A truncated and somewhat changed event from the one that faced us a week ago on the schedule due to the weather conditions, but thanks to the organisers' hard work, creativity, and, to be honest, just downright determination and passion for the sport. We are here and we are rallying. We have 5 stages for you. This is the 4th of them. It's the second running of Greystoke. We've got Greystoke again to finish the day next. 7.5 miles each of these rallies, and the conditions have changed throughout the day. They've got better if you're a rally driver, that is for certain. Started the day with sheet ice. Never more obvious than watching the video of Stephen Petch going off in the first few miles of the first stage this morning. Just sheet ice, absolute sheet ice. We were walking on the stage, and the stage itself was just a block of ice. I can hear popping and banging, and it's making me think of Group A days. That is an Escort Cosworth, and that is Ian Joel. Graham Wood alongside. Kicking up the mud, bouncing off the bank on the outside of this 90 right. Just using the undergrowth to slow that Escort Cosworth down, and why not? He was 10th overall, 4th B13 on last year's event. Coming into this, he's 6th overall, and he's 2nd in B13 in that Escort Cosworth. I was saying earlier that one day, because it comes to more, doesn't it? One day he will succumb to the temptation of a Rally 2 or an R5 or something like that. But until that day comes, I will relish every single moment I see that Escort Cosworth on the stages, because for me, growing up in really watching my rallying, getting into my rallying in the early to mid-90s, the Escort Cosworths were just it. That is what rallying is all about in my world. So we don't see enough of them on the stages, and that one is a proper one. I say proper, it's properly prepared. It does the business, and do you know what? He's still out there fighting against modern machinery. To be 6th overall at the first round of the MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Championship in an Escort Cosworth says something about the driver, but you know what? It also says something about the car. Keep those old cars going. Spirers, Gary Cooper, John Riley. Might not be an old car, but it's a rearranged car, and he's not doing a very good job of keeping it going so far. Rearranged at the front end, bit of damage with the grille all taped up, but still running, albeit Seems to have backed off a little from when we saw him earlier. So to remind you, we'll be bringing you the full entry on this penultimate stage of the day, and then we'll bring you as many as we can in the next. So there'll be another live stream after this one, which will be stage 5, the final of the day's 5 stages. We head to the finish. And don't forget, first Friday of every month we have our new Seacon UK Rally Show, a roundup of action from around the UK. And in April's show, you'll be able to catch action from this Malcolm Wilson rally. We know you like a highlight package as well as your live coverage. You'll also be able to catch action from tomorrow's Dukeries rally at Donington as well. Daniel Moss, Samuel Davies there. And their Mitsubishi Lancer. At the moment, 3rd place in B13 behind that Escort Cosworth of Ian Joel. Tell you what, I was prepared for the worst this weekend. I really did think it was going to be wintry conditions, and although it's cold, it's actually not too bad out here in the Cumbrian stages. It was colder by the side of the East Riding stages a couple of weekends ago. For the Fiesta Rally 3 here on the Malcolm Wilson Rally. A lot of kit packed under the wheel arches of that car. When you look at the legacy that M Sport has left for us in the sport over this certainly the last 10 to 15 years of club rallying at the top level in the World Rally Championship, and how much they've invested in the sport and how much of the sport we owe to them. It's quite an incredible story, really, isn't it? Anti-lag turned up to the max. Darren Martin, Daniel Hurst in their Evo 9, popping and banging their way through this penultimate stage. We're just a bit further on, a couple of junctions on from the location in the stage where we were for this morning's rally opener in Greystoke. Remarkable area of the country. If you've never been to Cumbria, to the Lake District, you must have been, surely. It's beautiful. Driving up yesterday with us to say that actually the rally was going to be running and we were going to get to see some rally action, because it was a bit of a tense drive up for the first half of that journey. But it is a beautiful part of the world and a lovely place to come. Very lucky to have been coming here covering BTRDA rounds for 15 years as part of the special stage team. Very proud to say that, and we've got quite a few of them out this week providing this coverage. So well done. Heck of an adventure so far, and long may that continue. We're going to be live with you every single round of the 2023 MRF Tyres BTRDA Rally Series. As I say, you'll also see some highlights packages as well in our Seacon UK Rally Show. So a bumper year for BTRDA coverage on the special stage. And to remind you, at this very first round at the moment, Elliot Payne leads the way. Matthew Hurst, Declan Deere behind them. Aaron Newby then in 3rd place. Jamie Edwards alongside. Then it's Ian Bainbridge, Will Atkins, Russ Thompson, 16 runners ahead of Ian Joel and Graham Wood, who became the youngest ever Gold Star champion in 2022, with Patrick Walsh alongside. No Patrick for this season so far. Tom Woodburn in with the Radius champion, as you see Stuart Eggleston and Brian Hodgson through in their Mark II Escort. You can just see how much grip there is now on this surface. The cars being able to be moved around a lot more, braking zone far more conventional, and as a result plenty of bravery. But I'll tell you who really impressed me earlier. If you haven't caught our coverage from earlier, do have a look. I mean, there's a reason that he's leading the Silver Star after 3 stages so far today. Ben Friend, Cliffy Simmons currently ahead by 26 seconds. It's quite a margin of reigning Silver Star champions Rob Wright and Mark Fisher. And here he comes into view now in that all-glass Mark II Escort, kicking up the dust that was ice not that long ago. And with the ice came bravery from this man, Ben Friend. That's the reason, as I say, that he's leading the Silver Star. Came past our cameras earlier, absolutely flying, maximum attack, and almost irrespective of what was underneath them on the road. So now that that grip's returning, he'll be making the most of that and trying to consolidate that lead that he has in the Silver Star. Rob Proudlock, Stephen Brown in the Opal, Adam third in the Silver Star so far. Front-wheel drive mixing it in the top 3 of Silver Star. Then you've got Andy Davison, Tom Murphy in that newly rebuilt Sunbeam VXR. Tom was telling me earlier, it only got finished yesterday. And managed to get it here for scrutineering. Andy and Tom keen to extend their thanks to the whole team. I know they have been burning the midnight oil to get that Sunbeam ready for today's event and ready for the championship. And they really do want this championship. I said it earlier, but the Silver Star really has a feel to it at the moment. It's got some great characters, one of those just coming into view sideways, as is customary, the flying Kiwi, Boyd Kershaw. He's alongside 2015 Silver Star champion, back again. Back to see he's got what it takes against the new order here in the BTRDA Silver Star. It's going to be a fantastic season for Silver Star, just got a feeling about that. A bumpy year for the BTRDA in store, no doubt. Serious fun is what it says above the door. And serious fun is exactly what you get. We hope you're having serious fun watching at home as well. Never did get to find out what Tim Rogers had for breakfast, did we? Paul Morris, a good battle brewing between Ben Friend and Stuart Eggleston. It's just a shame. Just a shame that the Eggleston isn't registered for championship points. Reigning Silver Star champion Rob Wright, Mark Fisher alongside Mark II Escort, trying to get back on terms with Silver Star rally leader Ben Friend.
Showing it live at the moment as well, isn't it? It's gone from that. It's gone to a different level. That's right. Is it on, yeah?
Unmistakable popping and banging that comes with the theatre. Kojo 208. Just listen to the thing. Kyle White and Sean Topping bringing the soundtrack to the Forests of Cumbria today. Something about French rally cars, isn't there? They always sound incredible.